We've got a strong guest this morning because she's standing on a firm foundation. Meet her. Coming up next on All American People. Good morning. Welcome to All American People. This morning we're at Villa Romana, the 5-time Italian Restaurant of the Year. We're focused on the Conway Medical Center Foundation, and we're visiting with its Associate Executive Director, Jessica Sasser.
Hey.
Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
How exciting to get you in. And the woman who introduced me to my wife, even better, which of course isn't part of the interview, but we'll have to get into it a little bit.
We will.
How exciting to get you in. Of course, Villa Romana, isn't this place amazing?
It's amazing. I would highly recommend people to come eat here. It's great, and I'm very disappointed we're not having lunch or breakfast.
Lunch or dinner, or that's exactly, or breakfast, or staying around for lunch, or they're just open from 5 to 10.
Wow.
Monday through. Actually, they're open 7 days a week.
Wow. Well, I'll have to get here on a Friday night and have dinner with my husband.
Absolutely, and I believe you all have been at least once, and it's worth driving up all the way from Georgetown. Yes, a heck of a trip.
It is. It is definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. We enjoyed our meal here. Actually, I think it was last summer, so I haven't been here since last summer, but I'll have to make the trip. After
this big weekend, you all have a huge weekend, the Conway Medical Center Foundation, yet again, the Kingston Golf Classic.
Yes, we're gearing up. Well, there's no turning back now. It starts Friday, kicks off, 144 golfers. We've got signed up to participate, so we're really excited about the event.
Wow, Jessica. Yeah. Of course, I think you highlighted last week, it's the 10th anniversary for your title sponsor, Waste Management.
Yeah. Gosh, 10 years just goes by really fast. And 10 years ago, Waste Management signed on to be our presenting sponsor, and they've been supporting us ever since. And we're just so grateful to have their support, especially, these days where people are struggling a little bit and not participating in some of the events going around, and we're just thankful to have them again.
Yes, absolutely. We want to get back to the Kingston Classic and your Winter Gala and so many activities, the Health Reach program and everything associated with Health Reach. But real quick about yourself, Jessica, are you originally from the area?
Yes, I am. I'm a native of this area, and live in Georgetown now and commute to Conway every day. Hopefully those gas prices will go down soon. But I love working for the hospital, so it's worth the trip.
Absolutely. That is a trip. I mean, now you travel up 701, or is that?
I do. I usually travel up 701. It's a little bit easier commute. You don't have to go through all the traffic there through Pawleys and Litchfield, but I kind of use that as my thinking time.
Right.
I drop the kids off at school and just take a little trip down 701 and think about what I have to do for the day. So it really works to my advantage.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
You think about folks in big cities who have these long commute times, whether on a subway or driving in the car in big traffic. It may not be that way around here on a regular basis, but for you, that is a real trip. I mean, a good
ride. It's a good 45, 50-minute commute every day. But working for the hospital is very rewarding, and working for the foundation is very rewarding. So I do, make that commute every day, and I get through it somehow.
Yes. And your mother lives in Conway, which is a nice thing to be able to be close by.
She does. She lives in Conway, so sometimes during the middle of the day, if I'm in downtown Conway, I can just pop in and say hello. But most of my family lives in Conway, so it was a great place to grow up, a great place to go to school, and just a great place to be growing up, small town.
Absolutely, Jessica. Well, I did mention, I've got to get into that, I did mention that you're the reason I met my wife. Actually, it's you and Burns Massey.
That's right.
Your boss, or the executive director of the foundation, having lunch. Since Lissa's watching this right now, can you just give a little sense of what prompted you to think that I'd be worthy enough?
I think our business meeting turned into a matchmaking meeting, and you had mentioned that you were living in Raleigh
Right.
and taking care of some things in the Raleigh-Durham area,
Right.
and I just said, well, you know what, I have a friend in Raleigh,
Yes.
and the rest, as they say, is history, I guess.
Love it. Absolutely. Very definitely. So
Yeah.
set me up on a blind date with Lissa, now Lissa Everett, formerly Lissa Holmes, and the excitement therein. And of course, you served as a bridesmaid in the wedding, you and your sister both. You and
Yeah.
Lauren both.
Yeah.
And Donald Smith, our director, was in the wedding. It's amazing what
Yes.
a tight-knit. Alyssa's uncle, who's a longtime friend there in Conway, Larry, who also was with us on the first week of All American People when we were
good.
filming here back in January.
Good.
So, along with Ronaldo, who'll be with us this Friday, his restaurant, he and Fran's restaurant here. It
Yeah.
really is a small.
Well, and it's amazing what can happen in a year, so.
No,
So,
yes. Our
you know.
son's arrival in the next couple of weeks, right around, it's amazing to
Yeah.
think. And of course, for you, you just celebrated 14 years of marriage last Tuesday.
I did. I married a local guy, too, and we've been married for 14 years now, and we have 2 sons. And again, living in downtown Georgetown and right near Winyah Bay, so we go out in the boat and do a lot of
Yes.
fishing, and it's just a nice place to be.
I have heard about that. Your husband's with us, a guest on the show, literally a couple of months ago, which was wonderful. And hearing him talk about your boys and how they are I don't know there's some chemistry term for what they are. They provide this petri dish kind of giving him some feedback about things they could be doing.
Well, exactly. My husband Craig is with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and you know, he is very passionate about what he does and about conservation, and so he's trying to carry that through to our boys, which I'm
Yes.
really proud of him for doing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
This past weekend, you also had, still on a personal plug, on Friday, the big trip down to Charleston.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
NUSC.
I told you earlier I grew up in the Conway area, and my mother married a physician from Conway, Dr. Brad Courtney, who's been a pediatrician for 50 years. And
50. Wow.
So he was recognized at the Medical University of South Carolina during their graduation.
This past weekend.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Golly, for 50 years of service. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
For all y'all.
Real proud of him. It's funny, I go places all the time, and people will say, you know, Dr. Courtney was my doctor, and and that sort of thing. So I meet a lot of people within the hospital too that work with me that, you know, he was their pediatrician, their children's pediatrician, and so on. So he's been serving generations of children
and
in Horry
still
County.
Continues to practice, and your mother
Still
is there
does.
on a regular basis. It was
Still
exciting.
does. He's backed off a little bit from his schedule, but he tries to go in the office a couple of times a week and see patients, because that's what he loves to do, and
Yes.
It keeps him active.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Conway Medical Center Foundation's the focus. You all have a ton going on. And of course, moving from Dr. Courtney into Conway Medical Center is a good segue there. Health Reach is a significant program, almost entirely funded by. Share with viewers about the funding and what prompted the kickoff of the Health Reach program. I mean, this is a Conway Medical Center Foundation component.
Yeah, this is our main program, and it began back in 1997.
Okay.
And I was not at the hospital at that time, but several of our board of directors and staff members at the hospital at that time felt a need for preventative care in Horry County. So with the help of AVX, they bought a mobile medical van and came up with the term Health Reach, and really that's a broad term for several different programs. And most people recognize the mobile medical van that goes out into the community.
Right.
That van is staffed with 2 nurses.
Right.
Who have been on that
Yes.
van since the beginning, so since 1997.
Is that right?
So-
Almost 15 years.
Yeah, so they have, well, they're just 2 characters
They must be
that
like sisters,
they
or-
are. They're like sisters, and they go out into the community and work very well together, and meet all sorts of people from rural areas of Horry County, and help them take preventative care of themselves.
Absolutely.
So it's a really good program.
And they are wonderful. You actually line them up as guests on Carolina People, another show we were sponsoring. If viewers went to youtube.com right now and typed in Liz Bright just in the search box, her interview pops right up with Janie Smith. I think there's another Janie Smith out there, so it doesn't pop right up, but there is not too many other Liz Brights. And if someone just types in those two words, Liz Bright, her interview pops right up there, and it's a great piece. We were at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes, one of the location for the Kings or the Winter Gala that you all have had year after year at that great location, and those two were wonderful guests that week, along with Phil Clayton and yourself or Burns, some others who were there to really highlight much of what Health Reach is about. Yes,
it started with a mobile medical van, and it's really developed into a great program. There's so many other things that fall under Health Reach now, and we were talking earlier about our mammography program that kicked off a few years ago, and we provide free mammograms for women who don't have health insurance.
Is that right?
We sure do.
Wow.
We sure do. And that program has really taken off the past couple of years, and it has been supported by Tanger Outlets.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, Tanger Outlets is very philanthropic towards breast cancer awareness, and it turned out that they heard about our program and wanted to support it, and for the past 4 years they have been supporting that program. As a matter of fact, in January they presented us with a check for over $80,000.
Wow, son of a gun, is that right? Just this year?
Just this year.
That is amazing.
Over $80,000. They have a program at Tanger where they offer a discount coupon for $1. It's called their Pink campaign. It goes on in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they sell that coupon for $1 at various retailers within their shopping centers. They do it at the 501 store and also the 17 store. And that $1 coupon gives you like 20% off at that particular retail outlet. And I mean, it just amazes me. So that means over 80,000 people bought those $1 coupons, and that it just really, really is impressive that they can do that.
Highlights the level of true commitment to, I mean, not only the community to step up, but obviously for Tanger to open the door with their retailers, their retail partners there, but for the community to really step up.
You know, some of the retailers that participate, Brooks Brothers, the Coach, the purses that that all the ladies love, that your wife probably loves.
That's right, got one for Christmas.
Yeah. So it's a really great program. We promote it through the hospital with our employees. Our employees buy the $1 coupons, and we try to get the word out that Tanger is doing that in October. And it's just really been successful for us because we're able to assist so many women in Horry County that do not have health insurance and can't afford a mammogram. So,
how about a viewer who may be possibly fall in that category, or may know somebody who falls in that category? What's the best way for them to get information?
Well, they can just call the hospital.
Okay.
They will be forwarded to the Health Reach department.
Okay, great.
But our main number for the hospital is 347-7111.
Great, good.
And that's in all the phone books as well. So if they know of someone or want to refer someone, they certainly can give us a call.
And if they wanted to make a donation to the Health Reach program to possibly make sure that the mammography program continues to expand, what's the best way for a viewer to support the Conway Medical Center Foundation?
We have, we have a website, and on that website there is a tab for the foundation where it's really easy to go on our website and donate. All you do is click the Donate Now button, and a screen pops up, and you can pick which fund you want to contribute to, whether it's Health Reach in general, mammography program.
Right.
You can get as specific as, you know, equipment for patients.
Right.
So we have several different funds that people can designate a gift to, or it can just go to Health Reach in general.
And that's at ConwayMedicalCenter.com.
That's
if a
correct.
viewer goes to ConwayMedicalCenter.com, is there a good phone number if a viewer doesn't have internet access, they want to get your mailing address? What's the best phone number for someone to call to get info about all these programs?
Well, we are listed in all the directories under the foundation.
Okay.
And the number is 347-8058.
Okay,
and that
great.
goes to the foundation directly, and we can, if they don't know specifically what they want to give to, we certainly
Sure.
can sit down with that person and go through what we do.
Oh yeah, and y'all have been
community.
sending out some little cards recently. A lot of those went out throughout the community. A lot of people have been filling those out for particular endowments that they may want to support, as well as just unrestricted funds for the foundation. And there are a lot of different ways. I think folks will be fascinated by all the different programs that the foundation has.
We do.
Truly serving the community like a good nonprofit facility should.
We do. One of the other programs that falls under the Health Reach that we're really proud of is our Smart Snacks program, which you're familiar with.
I am, absolutely. And which, of course, there'd been a similar program in other parts of the county that people may have heard about, the Backpack Buddies program.
It is. It's very similar to the Backpack Buddies program, and we were involved with the Backpack Buddies program several years ago. But we wanted to gear our program more towards the Conway Medical Center service area.
Sure.
And wanted to help those students within our service area that needed assistance.
Right.
The Smart Snacks program is for children that are elementary school aged, and they don't have the means to get food over the weekends or at night, and it's a real serious issue in Horry County.
Yes.
Very serious. We're serving over 400 students at, let's see, at Waccamaw Elementary, Homewood Elementary, Midlands Elementary, and Conway Elementary.
Is that right?
So those are the four schools.
That 400 students in those four schools. There's possibly even more than those. Those are the ones that are served that do not have enough food over the weekend.
Yeah, those students have been identified to us as qualifying for a free or reduced lunch, and then you know, have been identified to us by the guidance counselors at those specific schools.
Right.
It's a project that takes a lot of manpower.
Right.
We rely a lot on the volunteers within the schools, like the PTOs and that kind of thing. We also have a local church, the First Baptist Church of Conway, that has a volunteer group that packs the snacks every week.
Wow, I did not know that. First Baptist Church in Conway does that. I did not know that.
They do.
Where we were married, that's amazing.
They do, and so we rely on a lot of volunteer manpower for that program, because our Health Reach staff delivers the bags each week to the 4 different schools.
Wow.
And then the teachers distribute those bags to the students, you know, just to protect their identity and that sort of thing. But we feel like we're making a big impact with those kids.
Well, this may be a way that viewers could get involved with the Smart Snack program, either volunteering directly there at First Baptist Church to go in to help fill the bags, or to make a donation. I think you said the 347-8058 number they could call to make a donation directly, or go online to ConwayMedicalCenter.com.
Yeah, that program is a costly thing for us to do, but it's so beneficial. The teachers, the feedback that we've gotten from some of the kids' teachers and from some of their parents have written us letters just saying that their child is so grateful, and they're so grateful for, you know, having a pack of crackers.
Wow.
So it's very sad to hear some of these stories, but we feel like we're making a difference.
That is tremendous, Jessica.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure glad you all originally were involved with Backpack Buddies, but then did something totally separate, albeit supporting the same cause, with Smart Snacks, which is truly tremendous. There's some other great programs, the Cancer Patient Transportation Program, I believe the New Parent Education. We've got just a few minutes. Share with viewers real quick about the Cancer Transportation Program.
Well, some of the other things that the foundation supports, the Cancer Patient Transportation Program is a program where we provide transportation to someone who's going through cancer treatments. As you well know, there's numerous appointments involved with someone going through cancer treatment, and they might not have transportation to all those appointments. So we provide a service for that. The other program that we provide is New Parent Education for all of those babies that are born at Conway Medical Center each year. We provide the parents with a DVD that they can take home and watch whenever they're comfortable, and it teaches everything about taking care of a new infant, which can be overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
So we provide that. We also provide funding for the chaplaincy program within the hospital.
Is that right? I did not know that. Wow.
We do. So there's lots of things that fall under that health reach that people can support and get behind, and we would really appreciate it.
That is tremendous. Well, there's always volunteer opportunities, stepping into the, being in a hospital, a sizable size there at Conway. I mean, there's really volunteer opportunities abound, but going through the foundation is possibly a great way to do it.
Well, there is, and getting back to our event that's taking place this weekend, I mean, there's always opportunities to volunteer for our events, to support our events, and of course there's the opportunity to volunteer for the hospital itself.
Yes.
So we rely a lot on our community to support us.
The Winter Gala, you've got, I mean, the entire committee that makes it happen are all volunteers, folks somehow associated with the hospital directly or indirectly.
Yes.
Each January, you all put on this substantial event there, either at the Marina Inn or other locations.
Yes, that event has turned out to be very successful for us as well. Over 300 people attend that event, and it's just really grown in its 11 years of existence, and we do that committee. Well, actually, we'll start getting together this summer and making plans for next January's event as well. So it's great to see people come together and get behind the cause and be excited about it. So I'm very grateful for that.
Absolutely. We just got a couple of minutes. This weekend, the Kingston Classic, this is in its, how many years it's been going on?
18.
Is that right? Wow.
18 years at Legends Golf Resort, and again, sponsored by Waste Management, presented by Waste Management. A lot of recognizable businesses in that tournament. Conway National Bank, Ori Telephone, Aramark. There's just Spurs and Chapin. So all of those businesses here in the area are supporting our event, and we're very grateful.
And these are, we didn't have a chance to highlight right at the beginning there, these are substantial dollars. I think we talked about for Waste Management 10 years ago, coming in as the presenting sponsor at literally $25,000, and that has been a constant. They have either been at that level or even more.
It is, and they bring a lot of their employees down from the southeast region and bring them to the Myrtle Beach area, and they're here for the weekend, and we've got nothing but praise from Waste Management about our tournament, and they enjoy being in the Myrtle Beach area for Memorial Day weekend.
I bet they do, absolutely. What has been the best part for you, Jessica, about being the Associate Executive Director at the Conway Medical Center Foundation, or just being there at all?
Gosh, there's so many different things. I mean, I enjoy working with, all these different people that work at Conway Medical Center, from, the housekeeping staff to the nurse staff to the physicians. It's really just a great place to work and a great place to be. And I also enjoy being in Conway, the place where I grew up and the place where I'm from, and see the community coming together to support a really good cause.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thanks so much for being with us this morning, Jessica.
Thank you.
Very definitely. Stay tuned for a little more with Jessica Sasser, the Associate Executive Director for the Conway Medical Center Foundation, coming up next. Wasn't that a great way to wrap? asking Jessica about what she's liked the most about being at the Conway Medical Center Foundation, she starts with the housekeeping staff, and it's because of the special family there at the Conway Medical Center Foundation. It's everybody, the entire employee campaign that's held year after year to raise funds for the Conway Medical Center Foundation. Who steps up to the plate? It's the folks right there on site. More than $65,000 given back to the hospital, back to their place of employment, all the way from anywhere in the facility, all the way to the top. They're giving back day in and day out. The foundation's a way to recognize that, and it's a very special place to be. If you want to learn more, 843-347-8058. 843-347-8058, or go online to conwaymedicalcenter.com. Jessica Sasser,
Yeah.
thanks again for being
Thanks
with
for
us this
having me.
morning.